Live. Countdown is coming there. Do 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 do. New comments. I want to increase engagement. Close. Class is about to start the session. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Hold on. We getting ready. All right. Let me get. Let me take a look here. So now I got to get Fred in here. Let's take a look. Where is Fred? All right. Here. Okay. And Fred, send me Zoom link. All right. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, it's there. So let me check my audio levels. In fact, I need to do better audio. Road connect. Testing 1, 2, 3. Let's road connect over here. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Mute that one. That one should be a lot better. Put my audio levels right here. It's a lot of work, guys. You'd be surprised how much work it is to go live, to do it the right way. All right, now we're trying to get Fred on a Zoom call. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. We've got a hell of a show for you this morning. I'm going to give you a lot of value since I've been away for so long. I'm coming from you guys from Bali, Indonesia, where to meet the best women. We're going to be talking about, actually do me a big favor. Hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like button. The like button for me. Helps support the channel. Okay. And that. All right, now Frederick sent me a Zoom. Okay, we got him on here. Open Zoom meetings. Testing 1, 2, 3. Video doesn't really matter. I mean, we could try it. Always show video preview. Doesn't matter. Stop video. Okay, join. Right. Frederick Gonzalez is the man. The man with the master plan. Hey, Frederick.
What's up?
What's up, bro? How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. Actually, it's nighttime. You're 13 hours ahead.
No.
You're in the future.
I'm still setting up here. Give me 1 second. Video playlist. Miscellaneous cameras, and I need to add a source here, and I need to add video file, desktop, audio, game capture, integrated camera, game desktop capture, desktop 1, launch meeting Zoom. There we go. And that's not you. And I delete that. Well, I just hide it. And add a source, desktop capture, Zoom meeting. Boom. And there you go. Put you here. I'm gonna go back to the host scene as we start. And I need to do it again. Add source, desktop, Zoom meeting. Put it right here. All right, Fred. Fred, don't forget to look in the camera. Here we go. All right, bros. Good morning, or good evening, wherever the case may be. I'm so happy to have you on board. First of all, let me say we're going to have a great show for you this morning. What we're going to be talking about is what, where, when, and how to meet the ladies of Colombia. And actually, we all know, I'm not going to go into how unsafe it is in Colombia. We already know all that. If you've been following us for Colombia, you guys already know that. So let's just get down to the nitty gritty about like, where do we find these beautiful ladies? What do we say? How do we say it? Where should we go? How do we look? And of course, we'll hit on some safety tips or maybe some red flags. But I'm not going to go into like all the bad stuff because you know what? I lived in Colombia for 5 years. My friend Frederick is a special guest here, or he's co-hosting the show. He's been living there for what 3 or 4 years now, Frederick?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, so we haven't had any problems, So a little bit about Frederick, if you do not, I know you probably been following him forever, but Frederick is an expat, just like me. An expat, for those that don't know, left their home country. We're living in other countries. Like I was living in Colombia for 5 years. He's been there for 4 years. He's also a Navy expat, an author of a new book. And he is just on fire with his career. So I'm super excited to have him on the show. If you haven't seen the show before, he has a tremendous amount of value, not just about living in Colombia safely, but also about wellness, health, and wellness, and well-rounded being as a man. So this is a great show. Frederick, thank you again. We all love you to have you here. Can you tell us a little about what's happening over there in Colombia?
Yeah, well, ever since you left last year, it's still paradise. I know you left one paradise for another paradise, right? So I've just been doing a lot of thinking and reflecting on one simple thing, and that is how do you stand out? You gotta persuade, you gotta sell. And what if she has beliefs? Like she's been burned in the past before. She has limiting beliefs. How do you go in there like a CIA spy and turn her brain around? So I've just been.
Hold on one second. Wait a minute. They're saying we have some audio problems. Something's wrong with your audio. Working now. Can't post message to some channels.
My audio is messed up.
That's what they're saying. Hold on. Let's make sure we don't start. Working now. Can't post some messages to some channels. I don't know what the hell's going on. No audio. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear us? Eric says good. No audio, but okay, good. Okay, Eric says good. It's good now. Okay, so I don't know if you guys heard what he was saying, but he's just basically talking about, living in Colombia, but also staying, being in the art of persuasion. And persuasion is something that we're all in, regardless if you're in sales or if you're just, trying to date someone. We're in the art of, just getting a little direction, Frederick. Being in Colombia, this episode's about where to meet women, where, what, when, how, and all that good stuff. Where's a good place, in your opinion, to meet regular women that are not hookers, that are not prostitutes? And for those that don't know about Colombia, prostitution is 100% legal. 100% legal. So you cannot put like, oh, frowny face or something like that. This is part of the culture. It's when I say the culture, we're going to touch on the culture a little bit later, but let's get back on that question. Where do these guys meet regular women, Frederick? Just a regular chick. I mean, you've been in love. I've been in love. I love to hear about Where would you recommend these guys to go?
Yeah. So something that's very cultural in Colombia, well, in Medellin, for example, is on Sunday. That's usually a day off for most working people. And what do? They go to the mall. So your best opportunity to meet regular, normal people is at the mall. People go to the movies at the mall. They go shopping. They have something to eat. So that is my number one recommendation. Why? Because there's this energy of like a family vibe, and usually girls guards they're down because they're with their family, they're with their friends. They're not really thinking about getting hit on, and that's where you could slide in there and just present your best self like
Well,
a normal.
well, let's hold off 1 second. You said the malls. Some of these guys are not familiar with what malls. What malls particular?
Right. So what's cool is you can just get your phone and just put Centro Comercial, and a whole bunch will come up. So I'll give you three.
Yeah, give him
Uh,
some recommendations.
yeah, I'll give you three. So El Tesoro Mall is number one. That's like a higher end, higher quality, socioeconomic status type of girl. Usually come from an educated background. They tend to gravitate towards and hang out in that spot.
Okay.
Another great mall that's huge, humongous, is in Envigado. Just look it up. That's another great one. It's a huge mall. I think it's called Plaza de Mallorca, if I'm not mistaken. So that's the second one.
Okay.
And then the third one is a relatively new mall close to Medellin, has a second airport, Olaya. That's the local airport. And that is called, I believe that's called, the name escapes me right now, but it's next to the airport. And I think I could look it up.
Okay, but so just going off the top of your head, he said some good ones. I'm gonna add one more. Other one is Santa Fe Mall. That's where I live at, or where. Now these, like, a little bit of advice. These malls are gigantic. Talking about 4 or 5 floors, bro, of just huge. So Colombia, if you're not familiar, they're big about appearance. Big. So they might have an iPhone 27, the latest iPhone. They may have a nice, beautiful bag. They may have eyelashes done, nails done, but they live in the shittiest house you've ever seen, just barely put together. So they're really about appearance. The reason why I say that is that's why they go to malls, hanging out. They love to buy stuff. That's just the way it goes. You will see a lot of girls and guys with new iPhones, and you're like, what the fuck? I don't even have an iPhone. So it's just a part of their culture. They like to consume. But what's cool is that when you go to the malls, you need to just hang out. Get out there, make sure you look good. Put a collar shirt on. You don't have to wear a tie or anything. Put a nice collar shirt on, a nice watch. It doesn't have to be an expensive watch. They have watches there that are like fake, whatever, Rolex, fake whatever. You can get you a $50 watch, that looks really good, and you can just throw it away, or, if somebody steals it or something, then you're not really going to cry about it. Don't bring any fancy watch. And then you can have a nice bracelet. You can have, if you're a young guy, maybe one diamond or something. They got fake diamonds here for like $10. Stuff like that. But you want to make yourself look a little bit put together very well. And Frederick, you're good about that. Now, there's different audiences. Frederick is, my age, in the 40s. So he goes after, like, most of the time, 30-something. Is that right, Frederick? Early 30?
I think that's a good sweet spot. But the name of the mall is called Arcadia Mall.
Arcadia Mall. Okay.
I recommend that. So think of an arcade. Arcadia.
Arcade.
So I think the sweet spot is late 20s.
Okay.
Early 30s. And that's you get the best of both worlds. They're still relatively young, beautiful women, and they're a little bit more mature, and they're kind of past that. I want to party nonstop. And honestly, if you're in your mid 40s, you're probably not about that all the time. You know,
Yeah, I
that's
only
not part
mention
of
that because I know that you get dressed really well. That's the only thing. So you have to dress for your audience. Like just like you were talking about marketing, this is marketing. Am I right? Tell us a little bit about, the persuasion that you were saying, how does this go into?
Yeah, most of the communication is nonverbal.
Okay.
If you go to the mall, as an example, and it's Sunday, and again, there's a great energy, a great vibe, and you are just people watching,
Right.
observe how people are dressed, how they interact with each other, the nonverbals, that is really communicating a lot. So even if you don't say anything and you're really dressed nice, you are communicating, hey, I'm a high value male. I like to dress nice. I care about my appearance. And that's without you even saying a word. Usually for men, what stands out is maybe like a nice watch or accessory, but you can wear it or not wear it. A blazer type of shirt, collared shirt, you don't have to wear a tie.
You don't have to wear a tie, yeah. You can even wear like a V-neck underneath the blazer, throw in like some accessories from like Zelva, whatever the hell that place is. They have accessories. Dress it up because you want to look different. You want to look like put together, and you want to have some like a conversation piece. Like, oh wow, what is that little button you got there? It says, oh, Texas. Oh, you're from Texas. Anything like that, just to spark a conversation.
Right. And this comes from the pickup artist community, which that's kind of like where I first heard this. It's called peacocking. Just like a beautiful peacock captures your attention, and all the beautiful colors and stuff like that. I would recommend for you to have an accessory. It could be, shoes is a perfect example. Maybe a nice shirt or a blazer or a belt or something that gives you a little personality. Something that differentiates you from the competition. What was your competition? Other men that are seeking women, other men that want to capture their attention. And it doesn't have to be over the top. It's just, it helps you to break the ice, because I've seen it where a woman could come and approach you and give you a compliment.
Oh, for
And
sure.
a lot easier to get the conversation started.
One thing that we missed, and this is because probably we're men, we don't really think about it, but one thing that women absolutely go crazy for, you guys write this down, is your shoes and that belt. That mostly the shoes. My God, the shoes have to be matching. You gotta get. That's like your number one. It's your number one thing that says I got a little bit of class. It doesn't have to be expensive because you can go downtown. I've gotten shoes from Colombia for $15-20, even $7 that look good. So don't go there and say I don't have the money. You can go down to Central, and it's not that dangerous in the daytime. So that's where everybody goes to shop. We'll talk about that in another show. But your shoes are a necessity. Probably in anywhere in the world, probably. But women love shoes. You got to put the shoes on. And if you're going to be showing your belt, you need to make sure that belt matches those shoes. That's like a king point, man. I get so many compliments when I get ready. Now, we talked about, Frederick, about, where to go. And I know there's going to be some guys I can already see. They're already going to start talking about, wait a minute, Alan, you told me that I can't dress nice in Colombia because I don't want to attract any thieves. Could you elaborate on that? How do they do this without attracting thieves? And, what would you do?
I would still dress nice, man, because you're going to a freaking mall.
Right.
It's a controlled environment. Thieves are not going to go in there and ransack all these places. It's generally a relatively safe place. They have security guards. You can go to the mall, dress nice, have a meal, meet people, have a coffee, whatever, and participate in that good energy, that good vibe. Then when you leave the mall, you can get into a cab, which they're readily available.
That's what I'm talking about.
Problem to go from point A to point B.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, yeah. Frederick. Like you get in that cab, you go to the mall, you get in the mall, You get out the mall, get in the taxi, go home. You don't start walking around the streets and shit like that. This is what we're saying, because I know I'll get some comments. They're going to be like, oh, Alan, you said I can't dress. No, you dress nice, put the watch on, get all your stuff ready, get in the cab, Uber, get out the Uber, get in the thing, get out the mall, get back in the Uber, get back home. They're going to catch you outside, you know? But yeah. So that's the thing, bro, because I already see in the comments talking about, I thought you said, nah, you dress nice, but you do with, what would you call that, with the go, or you have a specific plan, bro. You're not winging it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about a little bit about where to meet women. We even talked about when we're in there, how we should, dress. How about when? When is a good time to go? And what time of day? What maybe a good day of the week? Is there something you recommend?
Yeah, so my number one tip is to preferably meet women during the day on a Sunday to set you up for future dates. So if you go to the mall on a Sunday, which is probably the best day to meet people, you get maybe 4 or 5, contact numbers, whether it's WhatsApp, whether it's their Instagram, whether it's their email, it doesn't matter. You get about 4 or 5 of them, and maybe 1 or 2 will actually work out, okay? That's just the way it is. So after that, you have 1 or 2 dates lined up. That'll set you up for that week, Friday or Saturday. That's one recommendation. Another recommendation is just go whenever you want to go. It could be a Monday, it could be a Wednesday, it could be a Friday. You just want to go where there's people. Usually that's the mall, regardless of the day of the week. Usually that's Mia de Oro, which is like the business district. Everyone that has a job, hustle and bustle, everyone has to eat. So around 12 noon to about 1:30, just about everybody who works in that business district breaks and has a meal. That's another excellent place to meet high quality women, because they're working, they're having a meal, and their guard is down there with their coworkers, and you catch them in a different environment. So that's pretty much Monday through Saturday. And then the third place is a classic go-to. Any local cafe. There's people, they're going to have a cappuccino, maybe a dessert, maybe there's some digital nomads that are working. So I would stick to those 3 areas that I just mentioned.
Okay. All right. So now, for those guys, if you're probably like me, and I don't know, mostly the guys are like me. We get in the mall, bro. We're in and out. We're not like, fuck this. Girls like that. Like, fuck this. Like, it sucks to me, hanging out. But so you're gonna have to shift you're gonna have to shift your way of thinking. You're not going to the mall to shop. You're gonna go to the mall to hang out. So, is there some things that they can bring to the mall, like just to hang out? Maybe a book, or what do you recommend? Because you need to be there hours. You're not going there for minutes. You're going there to hang out. You're gonna go in there with the plan to meet a couple of normal ladies. This is, guys, you want to meet prostitutes and chicks you want to pay? Oh, that's not a problem. You just need green dollars. The green, same of his shirt. When you want to meet a normal girl that is maybe working there, she may be going to pick up a dress, going to alterations. She may be just hanging out too. Because once again, we're going to the thing is that they live in a shitty house. Stop thinking they live in the place that you're going to be in that's real nice. They most of the time, I'm not talking to everybody, I'm not talking about everybody, okay? But for the most, they live in a shitty house. They're getting out the mall just to get some fresh air, meet friends, get around positive energy, maybe do some eye shopping, eye candy stuff. They're there just to hang out and, chill out. It's like a playground, So anyways, getting back, Frederick, what could they bring to what should they be bringing to the mall? What would you do?
Yeah, it's basically the way to have a healthy way to look at this is you're there to practice your persuasion and seduction skills and your influence skills. Think of it like that. You could, if you want to bring like a prop, or you could be genuine. You could bring a book that you're actually reading. That's actually interesting. You know, bring a book, but you don't necessarily have to bring anything.
Okay.
Mostly, everyone's going to be on their cell phone. You could be on your cell phone. Maybe you can listen to an audiobook or something, but you want to be in the frame of mind and in the zone that you're there to practice your skill sets.
Right.
Breaking ice, persuasion, seduction skills, selling skills. And you know who the product is?
What is that?
You're the product.
Okay.
You want to position and sell yourself to that girl. And then I'm speaking to you with the assumption that you already have a basic level of conversational Spanish skills. Because from my experience, most of the women, like 99% that you will approach, they only speak Spanish. And if they do speak English, it's very, very limited. So depending on your level of Spanish skills, that's a hurdle that you have to take into consideration. I mean, I don't know how to speak Chinese, so if I go to China, I'm going to have a real hard time communicating with the locals if I can't really meet them at a basic conversational level.
Right.
So just keep that in mind, you know?
Okay.
Bring a Spanish book. If you don't speak Spanish very well, you're trying to learn some Spanish, you're trying to practice your little dialogue with them, I think that's a great icebreaker, and it's actually genuine.
Okay, I'm gonna put one more little note on there, guys. So, you know, bring a book, bring, you know, maybe even a laptop you want to set up at the coffee shop. Great place to meet some good, smart girls, by the way. That's where I met a lot of them. It helps to know Spanish. That's what he's talking about. But I want to put a tip for you guys. One more. This is a golden tip nugget. Golden tip nugget. Write this down. Do god darn not bring headphones. You gotta listen for an interjection for you to go in that conversation. You're gonna listen for an opening. They may sit right next to you. You may be walking next to them. You gotta have something, they say even the smallest thing, bro, you gotta be fast sometimes. They're looking at maybe you're looking at a store and they're looking at a shirt. You could just be like, oh, I like that green one. Yeah, that's a nice one. Oh, that blue. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Damn. Just say it like anything. They're in a coffee shop. They're ordering cappuccino. You could say, oh, is that cappuccino good? I've never been here before. You gotta listen for your opening. And don't think too much. If you think too much, you're gonna think yourself out of the damn conversation. You just go, and who cares? Am I right, Frederick? What would you say about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's an internal battle that happens to most guys. I mean, if you don't struggle with the self-doubt, with the approach anxiety, more power to you.
Right.
Like 10 steps ahead of most guys. But that internal dialogue wells up all the time. You know, why? Very simple. As a guy, you don't want to go up to a girl and get rejected.
How do guys avoid that, though? How do you avoid it?
No. Well, it comes back to full circle to this conversation that it is like a thread, this theme. It's basically you have to develop persuasion skills, seduction skills, selling skills, and nonverbal communication skills. So you are the product. You're trying to position yourself regardless of how you look. You could be fat and overweight. Okay, you could be fit, you could be really good looking, you could be average looking, you could be ugly, you could have defects, you could be tall, short, it doesn't matter. Girls smell genuine, authentic confidence. And what you have to think about is if my persuasion skills suck, if my seduction skills suck, there are skills that you can learn. If my selling skills suck, well, wouldn't it make sense for you to start somewhere and start developing these skills? The only way you're going to do it is by obtaining the information and then applying it. It's very simple. Obtaining the information, whether it's an audiobook, a video course, an actual old school physical book, doesn't matter. You have to acquire the skills and the knowledge and then apply it. And when you go to the mall, as an example, that's the perfect playground for a coffee shop or a business district for you to apply what you learn.
Yeah, but you keep on saying apply and all this stuff. These guys want to know exactly how. Give us some real insight. Give us some, tips. They understand the overall, but what give me some examples, bro?
So for example, if you want to date a girl and you are the product, you want to sell that girl for her to give you her WhatsApp or her Instagram to you. How do you do that? Let's just say she says no and she has a boyfriend. Usually, you don't really know if that's true. Maybe that's a default answer. Well, you have to be persistent. So an example can be making her laugh. Okay? Having some kind of, like maybe a short story, maybe a joke, maybe, just make her laugh. You can actually look at it and try to figure out what
That's a good one. I have to give you an applause on that one. That was a good one. You have to have some kind of story. Now, guys, you're not going to come up with a story, bro, right at the damn thing. So have about 3 stories ready to go. It could be anything like, you going to getting lost when you came from the airport. You getting, I don't know, don't know how to. You can actually make fun of yourself. Like, man, I didn't know what I was doing. I was looking for the restroom. I almost used the restroom on myself. Or I ripped my pants, man. Things like that make girls fun, make them laugh. And when you make them laugh, I mean, this is a perfect example. I'm short. I'm 5'8", bro, 150 pounds. So, and I still get pretty girls, and but I make them laugh, and I use my enthusiasm, I use my body language, and they're like, what the fuck is happening? This guy is good, man. Like, this guy is short, he's dark, he's little, but he still gets in there. So, it takes a little practice, but you can definitely do it. We talked a lot already. I hope you hit the like and subscribe because that helps support the channel. We're giving you guys golden nuggets here. We talked about where to go. We talked about what times to go. We talked about the appearance, and we've had a few comments here said that I think that's Billy. Billy said that we shouldn't wear the watch. And it's up to you. Yeah, you cause a little attention, but once again, Frederick, we're talking about going with intention. You get in that taxi, you get in, get out. Am I right?
Yeah, that's definitely one great piece of advice. Another thing that I just thought of, you want to hit all 5 senses on women, okay? You probably never heard about this before. You want to add a good smelling fragrance. Nothing over the top, but something that a girl, when she smells you, it's going to be an extra point of advantage for you. Something that smells nice. Women tend to love that. Smell good. So you're hitting that smelling sense.
Wait a second. I think you touched on a golden nugget there. Let me hit the applause on that one. Because you guys are not understanding what he's saying, the power of smell. The power. I mean, you can Google this shit. This is facts. People like Jim Quick is super famous about brain power and manipulation of the brain. You are manipulating somebody's brain with the smell. Tell us a little bit about that, Frederick.
Yeah, basically in your brain you have neural pathways, and they get a hit of dopamine. That's one of the chemicals, reward system chemicals. So if something smells really nice, think of like smelling a rose or a nice flower or a cologne. You're actually rewarding your dopamine circuitry. And it's no different in women. It's like, wow, this guy smells really good. What is that? That's in a way peacocking because it's a non-threatening, neutral question that piques curiosity. Oh, and this is my one of my routines that I love saying. Oh, it's called, drop your panties, something like that. It's called drop your panties. Yeah, is it working? Something like that. I make them laugh, right? But I'm just joking. And then it's like, it's this fragrance or it's that fragrance. So you want to hit them with that sense, the sense of smell, your appearance, the visual. Guys are more visual than women. But you want to look your absolute best, so you're hitting them with the fragrance, the smell, the visuals, and then you want to hit them with touch, a light touch.
Ah, wait a second. I got to hit the applause on that one. I got to hit the applause on that one.
This is like an advanced skill. So you want to do...
Wait, guys. Wait. Hold on, Frederick. This is the golden nugget, guys. He's going to touch on the art of seduction. He already talked about the smell. I hope you wrote that down, because he hit you with that key little nugget, bro. That nut. What you're doing is you're seducing. I mean, you're going in with a plan. You're like you're going to war. You're going into war. You're like, it's like, oh, hold up. I know where to go. Boom. I know when to go. Boom. I know how to look. Boom. I know how to smell. Boom. Now he's talking about an advanced tip. Now we're going to go into big seduction. Tell us about the art of touching respectfully, but also conveying that message is that, hey, I'm not fucking around. I'm not here to be your friend.
Yeah, so it touches on neuro-linguistic programming, and it touches on nonverbal communication, and it touches on, it's like a test. So after you broke the ice, after you have the small talk, again, you're at the mall, you see a girl that you like, you approach her, you broke the ice, you have a little chit-chat going, she sells, you talk about your fragrance, whatever, you look very well put together. Then it's like you approach her, and you could just like, on her shoulder, which is non-threatening, just a light touch. Or maybe you could say, if she's wearing a dress or whatever, you just have a non-threatening light touch. Or you get her hand and say something like, you have really nice nails, or I like that color, or whatever. Just a non-threatening light touch. And what that does is that sends a signal to her brain, and it says, I like this, it's neutral, or I don't like it, and you have to really pay attention how she will respond to your light, non-threatening touch. And depending on if it's positive, then it gives you...
Wait a second, you're skipping a stone here. What do you mean positive? Elaborate. Act like these guys, some of these guys are, because me and you are a little bit advanced.
Okay, so positive could be like she looks you dead in the eye. It could be like a smile.
Okay.
It could be like, it's just like an energy that you feel.
Right.
She's saying to you, this is good, I like it, this is okay, I'm allowing you to touch me.
Right.
So that's all that is. It's no different than you're trying to go in for a kiss, and she will either let you kiss her, or she'll move away. I mean, it's common sense. You already know what that means.
Right.
She lets you kiss her, right? You go in for the kiss, she lets you. That means that she likes it. She wanted to do this. She wants this.
Okay, well, hold on a second. Now we talked about the positives. Here's the key. Here goes another golden nugget. I hope you write this down. Hit that like button, because you're going to get hit with it. If she pulls away, that's like, don't waste your time. Okay, thank you. You know what? You don't have to be rude. Man, it was been, really nice. Here's my number, man. I hope I see you again. But if she pulls away too fast, she's not interested, bro. Am I right, or Frederick? That's with my skills. Like, I'm aggressive. Another thing is that.
Okay, so I have two answers for this.
Okay.
If you go in for the kill shot and she says no, you actually want that on a deep male psychological level. You want her to reject you, because if she rejects you, that tells you that she's rejecting other guys and she's playing hard to get. And guys want a challenge. We get a dopamine hit from the chase.
Shit, not me. Not so. Me and Frederick we have two different perspectives, and that's really cool. So me, like I don't like that, and it's weird because Frederick's so sensitive, but I don't like that. When women, as soon as they tell me, I'm like, fuck this, and I'm out. I'm like down to bit.
Let me explain. That's correct. We do have different perspectives, but let me explain my reason.
Okay.
Because a no now, like she rejected you, whether she didn't welcome your light touch, whether she pulled away from your attempted kiss, whatever it is, whether she's really short and not really going deep in answering your open-ended questions, right? Whatever it is, you just feel the energy where she's really not into you, man. There's no other way to say it. A no now from her does not mean a no later. Another period. Maybe that's what's going on. You don't know that.
Guys, I'm going to step away real quick. Frederick's going to take over. The pool man's here. Hold on. Let's do a be right.
Let's take a 5 or 10 minute break.
Let's take a 3-minute break. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, sounds good.
That shit is not working either. God damn, they're over here honking the horn.
ColombiaTips.com is the only site where you can chat and meet
Hold
in
on,
person
God
some
damn.
of the sexiest women in Colombia. These
Honey,
sexy
you to open
ladies
the
can
gate.
safely guide you through the city and Colombia's nightlife. You can
Where
feel
were you
safe
at?
knowing every girl has been verified with passport, state identification, and home address.
The gate!
ColombiaTips.com, your sexy companion awaits.
Are you serious?
ColombiaTips.com is the only site where you can chat and meet in person some of the sexiest women in Colombia. These sexy ladies can safely guide you through the city and Colombia's nightlife. You can feel safe knowing every girl has been verified with passport, state identification, and home address. ColombiaTips.com, your sexy companion awaits. ColombiaTips.com is the only site where you can chat and meet in person some of the sexiest women in Colombia. These sexy ladies can safely guide you through the city and Colombia's nightlife. You can feel safe knowing every girl has been verified with passport, state identification, and home address. ColombiaTips.com, your sexy companion awaits.
Thank you, honey.
ColombiaTips.com is the only site where you can chat and meet in person some of the sexiest women in Colombia. These sexy ladies can safely guide you through the city and Colombia's nightlife. You can feel safe knowing every girl has been verified with passport, state identification, and home address. ColombiaTips.com, your sexy companion awaits. ColombiaTips.com is the only site where you can chat and meet in person some of the sexiest women in Colombia. These sexy
I sent you the questions on WhatsApp.
Yeah, we're back. Thanks for holding that. Sorry about that. The pool guy was here, then my girlfriend was upstairs, and you know what's so crazy? My girlfriend is actually, I tell her to open the gate, right? I tell her to open the gate. And so she goes to get the keys, and before she gets to the gate, she goes, "Why do you want me to open the gate?" I'm like, who cares? Open the gate, the bullman's out there. Anyways, dude. Oh, by the way.
Let me get some water and then we'll do the show again.
Okay, I'll put it on tip. I'll put it on a pause and on.
ColombiaTips.com is the only site where you can chat and meet in person some of the sexiest women in Colombia. These sexy ladies can safely guide you through the city and Colombia's nightlife. You can feel safe knowing every girl has been verified with passport, state identification, and home address. ColombiaTips.com, your sexy companion awaits. ColombiaTips.com is the only site where you can chat and meet in person some of the sexiest women in Colombia. These sexy ladies can safely guide you through the city and Colombia's nightlife. You can feel safe knowing every girl has been verified with passport, state identification, and home address. ColombiaTips.com, your sexy companion awaits. ColombiaTips.com is the only site where you can chat and meet in person some of the sexiest women in Colombia. These sexy ladies can safely guide you through the city and Colombia's nightlife. You can feel safe knowing every girl has been.
ColombiaTips.com offers mansion rental with some of the sexiest tour guides in the city. We have yachts and private helicopters for actual service. And of course, you can be guided through the.
Alrighty. We are back on track. We got to be careful with the Zoom time because you know that might reconnect, so it might just FYI, Frederick. All right, so we talked a lot with Frederick. Those barely tuning in here. Frederick is an expat living in Medellin, Colombia for now 4 years. I was living there for 5 years. We both have never been robbed. We're all about 5'8". We're, you know, I guess I wouldn't say small, but you know, average. Nothing to be hysterical. We don't apply any kind of aggressive. So if we made it safe out there, you're definitely going to do it just following these rules. Anywho, Frederick, we're talking about the art of seduction. You touched on a few things. You talked about the manipulating the senses. You started off with the how we looked. Then you hit about the senses, the visual. Then you hit the nose. And then you started talking about the seduction, which me and you have different perspectives on about touching, the response.
Yeah. So what I was saying is everything comes back full circle, because if you really like the girl and you're doing everything in your power to look good, okay, you're very well put together, you smell good, and you are, you know, you're showing her a non-threatening light touch, just
right?
To test the waters to see if she's into you or not. You're doing everything in your power. It's okay for her to say no. You want that because a guy wants a challenge. And that comes back to seduction skills, sales skills, persuasion skills, and also shifting beliefs. Maybe she has in her mind, she really believes this, she's convinced of this, that because she's had a prior bad experience with a foreigner, that means that she's going to have a bad experience with you, Mr. Foreigner.
Ah, that's a good one. Hold on, I got to hit the applause on that one.
So how do you shift that belief and sell yourself that you have nothing to do with her getting screwed over, you know, from that prior foreign guy?
Guys, what he's saying here is a key. So what he's saying to you is this: get your mind out of your own brain. You got to think about her. Like, she's already been through this shit. She's already been through it. Probably maybe 3 times. She's like, fucking foreigners, they come here. He came, banged me out, and left. He said he was going to live here. You know, that was 3 years ago. Second year, she gave another foreigner a chance. So, yeah, I'm in love with you, blah, blah, blah. And he took off after 3 months or maybe 2 weeks. Here goes my honey bunny. Hey, this is my honey bunny. Hey, honey, come on over here. This is my honey. Look, this is my bunny. Oh, well, you can't see us that very well because of the dark. Kneel down a little bit, honey. There she goes. Look how pretty my honey is. Hi.
I'm from Colombia.
No, she's not Colombia. She's from Bali. She looks like she's Colombia.
She's pretty.
Huh? Oh, get the money out of there, honey. So here in Bali, we have a vegetable guy that comes and delivers the vegetables. He comes on a motorcycle. Yeah, it's good.
On a donkey?
Pretty.
What's going on there? On a
Well, she got the donkey on her. She got the donkey on her. Big old butt. I got the one Asian girl here in Bali with a huge butt. It's crazy.
Oh my goodness, that's a rare gem.
You ain't lying. I'm holding on to it too. So anyways, guys, I had to hit the applause on Frederick. He said a lot of golden gems here. You just really manipulating the person's brain. And what he's talking about is getting out of your own brain. These girls already been through a lot of shit. Foreigners have fucked them over so many times. So they don't have much love for foreigners anymore because they've already been taken advantage of 3, 4, 5 times. They're like, here comes another foreigner.
So you have to ask yourself, right? I made a genuine attempt to really seduce this girl. I really like this girl, but she's not showing me any indicators of interest. She's not showing me any love. She's very guarded. That's what you want, because if she's so open and receptive to you, isn't it going to make you think twice that she's like that with every other guy? Don't you want a little bit of a chase, a little bit of a challenge? Even if a girl really likes you and she's a normal, healthy, wholesome girl, and you give her the benefit of the doubt, she's not going to be that open and that receptive to you. No matter how much she likes you, or no matter how much she's into you, she's going to be a little reserved. And that's what you want. That's a healthy sign.
What he's saying is that, yeah, it's a normal chick, bro. So things have changed. Things have changed a little bit in Colombia, okay? When I first got there, I've been in love. Well, I've had probably 5 girlfriends that were like dimes, like well above what I usually get in the United States. They were normal chicks, and a lot of them, bro, that had told me, "Nah, you come pick me up." Even though I send the taxi, they're like, "No, you come in the taxi." And that's a key that you got you a good one. Now, it's your choice. It's your choice. Do you want to pursue? Because once they tell you, hey, come in the taxi and pick me up, that means you're going to have to put in some work. It's not going to be easy. I don't want you going and thinking, oh, you're going to get some smash to cooch on the first night. It's going to...
Putting in the work is worth it. It depends on your intentions. I mean, if you want a one-night stand, you probably don't have to put that much work. And you probably won't even care. But if you are coming from a place of, I've been single for a while, I really want a meaningful relationship, it could turn into a beautiful thing if you have the skills, the groundwork, the foundation, seduction skills, persuasion skills, influence skills, and selling skills, and shifting limiting belief skills. That's a lot of stuff, man. That's a lot of great stuff.
It takes a lot.
No matter where you go in the world, you take those skill sets with you.
What are some, if they really wanted, you know what, you guys are going to have to actually ask yourself the true question. I mean, true, stop bullshitting yourself. Don't bullshit yourself. Be honest with yourself. Are you looking for real love, or you just want to smash, bro? And that's what you're going to have to come down. That's just the real deal. Uh-oh, Jersey boys in town. But you're going to have to ask, because if you want real love, you're going to have to put in work. And Frederick, you've been in love. You guys heard my story. Tell us a little bit about how how did you fall in love and your relation? You lasted a while. Tell us a little bit about that. Open up.
Yeah. Well, I had a girlfriend long term for about a year and a half. And I was waiting for those feelings to turn into deeper feelings, much more meaningful feelings, being in love, so to speak. And I just could not muster that. I couldn't really force it. And it's unfortunate, and that relationship came to an end. So, I have mixed feelings about that, because it's sort of like, I want a girlfriend, a steady girlfriend, but I also want the option to date other women. But I don't want an open relationship, so I'm all kinds of confused.
That's
I don't
cool.
know at this point what it is that I want, but that's kind of like my most recent experience dating Colombian women.
How did you, now, one thing that Frederick did that I was against somewhat was that, he put himself on a strict, like, I'm with this one chick and no other chicks. He had...
Being faithful 100%.
He had he was like, and you did it, bro. But I always like to have a little mashed potatoes on the side of my steak.
That's a different style, and no judgment.
Yeah, we're talking. This is the man channel. This is the man channel.
Yeah, that's a different way to live your life, and that's a very interesting lifestyle choice. And lately, I've been considering maybe trying that out, but I'm not convinced. I'm not really convinced that that's for me. because I struggle, maybe your audience members can relate to this or you know, on some level, is that I grew up with a lot of religious programming, okay? And traditional values and principles say one woman, one girlfriend, one partner, and you both love each other, and you don't allow any kind of room on the outside for other men or women to infiltrate that sacred pact. So that's kind of like my upbringing, and it's hard for me to reconcile that, what I just said, with an alternative lifestyle. But that alternative lifestyle looks fun as fuck. It's fun. It's like, man, these, you know, my friends are, you know, dating multiple women, juggling multiple women, they're having fun. But I wonder if when they go to bed at night and sleep by themselves, if they're really happy with that. And I don't know.
I'm happy than a motherfucker. Now, I do have to say one thing, okay? So I read a lot of self-help books. A lot. Me and Frederick both do, okay? And I'm going to spread this knowledge on you, and I hope, I mean, this can really resonate. Now, when I say some mashed potatoes on the side of my steak, I'm not talking a bunch of different types of mashed potatoes. I'm talking about maybe just one every now and then, you know? And I hope you guys understand what I'm saying by mashed potatoes, you know? And the reason why is because sex can be an addiction. And it's just like drugs. It's just like drugs. In fact, that's why you see the guys on Calle Diaz on every single night looking for, you know, prostitutes. And, you know, not judging, but you got to have some self-control, bro. You got to be able to say, you know what, you know what, I'm going to give myself some mashed potatoes maybe once a week. You know, I got my lady maybe once every 2 weeks. You got to have self-control. And number two is when you have sex, you release that semen, your testosterone levels will go down. Your testosterone, which controls your drive. Drive is what pushes you to make that money, to go better in life, to get a better job, to get up and do the things, to go to the gym. So you are a biological being. You are not a robot. You are built on a cellular level. So when you release that semen, those testosterone is down. I mean, this is a fact. If you watch any type of NFL, boxing, any kind of training with Muhammad Ali, Rocky, they will all tell you, I will not have, their coaches do not have sex the night before, the night or the week of the big matches. If you have to go to court or, you know, you have to play. Why? That testosterone's on another level. High. Yeah. You are a biological being, and if you know that, then you can kind of like manipulate it and be like, you know what, I want my testosterone high as shit tomorrow because I have that big meeting. I have that opportunity to move forward in my career. So the root of it is you gotta have some control. You gotta have some control, you know? And I'm not telling you to be a saint, bro.
And to add to that, to inject a supplemental spiritual point of view, that's old school, you know, Jewish Torah from, you know, and Old Testament Christian philosophy. In the book of Proverbs, King Solomon had thousands of wives, and it says in the book of Proverbs, you know, specifically to King Solomon, don't give women your power. Literally, that means when you have sex with them, you are depleted, and you're giving them your power, and you kind of need some time to recharge again. And sometimes you need to have creativity, you need power. Sometimes you need to solve a very complicated problem, you need power. So when you release that sexual tension, know that it comes with some drawbacks.
That's right, bro. You know? We know we coming from love, bro. We're not telling you to preach at you. We're trying to make you a better person, you know, because I wish, you know, I didn't have a father. I didn't have a stand-up figure. What do you call that? Following figure? What do you call that, Frederick?
It's like
a mentor, nothing.
A role model.
Or I didn't have any role models. Nobody. I had to learn this shit myself. You know, it's like these little, we're trying to, we already been down this field, so don't think we're preaching to you. You can have your fun, bro. Get out there, do your thing, have fun, but also understand you're a biological being. You know, my testosterone going to be low. You can hear me, Frederick?
Yeah, you dropped off for like 2 seconds.
Okay, so yeah, just know that, you know. Anyways, we talked about how, when, where, what. How about what? Now, what do we say to the ladies, bro?
Yeah, that is a great question, and every guy has a different personality, okay, and different things work for different guys. For example, if you're very charismatic, outgoing, an extrovert, it's going to be a lot easier for you to break the ice and approach a girl with some natural conversation, right? Like, you know, it can be about anything. But what if you have a different type of personality? What if you're a little bit more reserved, like maybe some of your audience members? And it's really difficult for them because it's not in them. They're not a natural, charismatic person. Does that mean that when you see a beautiful woman that you want to talk to, you want to break the ice, and you want to approach her? Does that mean you're just going to like shut up and not do anything and be a pussy? No. It means you're going to have some stories already in your back pocket, rehearsed, that are real stories, authentic stories, that you already know what to say. You already know how to say it. And the human mind, women and men, are wired for stories. So that's my number one tip. It's like, what do you say? Say one or two stories.
Well, you know, they can write some, and you don't have to do all this stuff on the fly, and we don't advise that. You need to sit down and write some things out. You know, if you're really serious about finding the love of your life, and you can. I had 5 girlfriends, 1 per year. Good ones, a lawyer, an engineer. The other one was just a model. And the other one works at a real estate company. I don't know what the other one was. Anyways, there's lots and lots of good, beautiful women that are waiting for a good man out there. But if you're serious and you don't want to fuck with these hood rats and prostitutes that have been smashed 3 to 7 times a night, and I'm not even, you know I'm not, they've been smashed. You don't think you're anything special, you know?
They have a lot of high mileage on them?
Yeah, they've had a lot of little, they've been smashed from here to the damn thing. And it's fun, don't get me wrong, I'm not judging, bro. You know, I've been there myself. But anyways, talking about writing and copywriting, now you do, now give me, I know that you have a book out there, Frederick, you just wrote about copywriting and the art of persuasion. Can you tell us a little, you know, what are some of the, I don't know, what are some of the specific techniques that you teach in your book that these guys may, you know, find value?
Yeah, that's my number one motivation as to why I wrote it, because I need help myself. I'm a lifetime student.
Right.
I mainly, if I'm being 100% honest, I mainly wrote the book for myself, like a little manual, okay? I'm like, let me write this book for myself, but then I'm like, wait a minute. This book can actually help people with everything we've been talking about. There's something in it for, you know, everything you do is communication. Whether you're communicating with a friend, or a boss, or a coworker through email, or when you send a text message, or when you're looking on Instagram. Everything is communication, okay? Hold on one second here. I'm going to hit somebody's Zoom here.
Fed's book, for those that don't know, Fed's book, there's a link right here. I just posted it there. He is an author of the art of persuasion and copywriting. You know, it comes down to the written word, as my mom said, who is a lesbian lady who has a bunch of girlfriends, who did when she was young anyways. My mom used to always tell me, communication rules the nation, and I am. She's so right. You got to be able to know how to communicate.
Yeah. So in a nutshell, I started writing the book for myself in a selfish way. Then I'm like, this book can really help people out with everything we've touched on, like communication, nonverbal communication, limiting shifting beliefs, shifting limiting beliefs, excuse me, persuasion skills. And I went to the sources. So I went to these sources, like I'm sure you've heard of Robert Cialdini. He wrote a book called Influence.
I never heard of that.
Let me save you the book. The biggest takeaways is, according to his research, there's basically 7 little pillars or foundations called reciprocation. You do for me, I do for you, you do for me. Liking, social proof, authority, scarcity, commitment, and consistency, and the unity principle. I call these like persuasion boosters.
Wow.
You wanted a competitive advantage on persuasion, you master that, okay?
Oh, wait, hold on 1 second, Frederick. We got a special guest just tuned in, man. You guys might know him. He is well known in Colombia.
We got a special guest just tuned in, man. You guys might know him.
I think you have my microphone on or something.
Well known in Colombia.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Go ahead. When you go ahead.
My microphone on or something.
Is the microphone? You can hear me? Okay.
Yes. Go ahead. When you go ahead.
Well, I got you on like 4 computers, so I don't know which one you're on.
Oh, fuck.
But I guess my cell phone is the one that's in time.
Okay, it sounds good now. I can hear you perfectly. You know, Jersey, you spend a lot of time there in Colombia, and in fact, I think you're just in love with Colombia.
You know, Jersey, you.
Oh shit! I can hear myself again.
I went there for dental work.
Oh, you did? How do you stay safe down there, and what tips do you have for these guys?
Well, I literally lived in Parque Terrace in Provenza for a year. I went there every month to get dental work done. I got this is a bridge. I got 2 implants here, 2 here, a bridge here, crowns and veneers.
Wow.
About $13,000. Here it would have been $70,000.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a lot of downtime. So in between time, I was basically hunting for girls.
With that $1 million smile.
Oh, it helps because when you're a bald guy, you gotta have something to focus on. So I grew a beard, and now they have my teeth.
I love that.
And the girls,
That's what people.
they love those. Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Well, I have a TikTok channel. It's called Jersey Bro Passport.
Jersey Bro, Jersey Bro,
Passport.
Passport.
JerseyBro.passport1.
JerseyBro.passport1. Okay.
The number 1. And I created a following. I had 13,000 followers. I had people sending me messages, asking me where to stay. Do you want to hang out? Like, you know what it's like from doing this all this time. You get offers from people. And I met a bunch of people and made great friends. And I met a few crazy. And, but I kept them safe. And I'll tell you a story about one guy. This is my friend Marvin. He speaks fluent Spanish, he came to Medellin, and he ended up staying right in Parque Terrace, like right next to, Liquor Express where everybody sits.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he didn't know what he was doing, but I was his wingman. I brought him around, I told him how to talk to the girls, where to go, where to get your beard trimmed, and the restaurants to eat at. And I told him about the whole street hustle. I know Calle Diaz. I could write a book on it. I know all the hustles, everything that's going on there. And still, he met 2 girls, he invited them into the room to smoke a little. He was all drunk. The girls left, and he realized he was missing 2 iPhones. They stole 2 iPhones from him. And he tracked them down to El Centro, to a place they call it the Opera. It's a place where you sell your cell phones. And what they did is they hacked his phones for 3 days. He said, thank God I was there, because he didn't even know how to get another cell phone. He didn't know anything. and they ended up stealing $4,000 in Bitcoin. They hacked his passcode, or the girl saw it, but they were running crazy for 3 days, like professional criminal operations. Once they take your phone and sell it in El Centro, they forward it to criminal operations.
Right.
And,
that's called the bird dog method. The bird are the girls.
yeah.
The bird gets the goods, and then it takes it to the dog. It's the bird dog method. That's what they do. Yeah. Spot on. Yeah.
So anyway, it kind of ruined his vacation, but they are bloodthirsty for cell phones in Medellin. They will watch you for 2 days and wait for an opportunity to steal your phone. The girls will steal it. 2 guys on a moto. I was dropping my date off. I met her on Bumble. She was half my age, but she spoke perfect English. And she came and stayed with me. And I had a great time. She was a good girl. She wasn't corrupted by the narco bravado culture. And I went to drop her off at a hostel, and 2 guys, remember, 2 guys on a moto, they stop, turn, run. It's 2 guys on the moto. The guy in the front is driving, the guy in the back takes your stuff. They grabbed my phone, and I pulled back, and he let go of it.
Bro, this is gold. What this guy is saying is a gold tip. And I've said this many times in videos before, is that it will be 2 guys on that moto, and it's gonna happen so fucking fast that you're not even gonna know what the fuck. You don't even know what's happening. You're just like, what's happening? They come, they stop that moto. Don't be like Mr. Tough Guy. If they do get you, and don't fight, bro. You can live to another day, because they will stab you. That will be fast. That'll be the first one.
Everybody has a knife.
Yeah.
Every person on the street, every taxi driver, the girls, everybody has a knife. They call it a blanco arma.
That's right.
They call it a white weapon. They call it a white weapon in the news. And if they stick you real easy, like, you're gonna bleed out on the sidewalk in minutes. So I have a Colombian cell phone now after that. I paid $100 for it. If they want my phone, I will give it to them.
Yeah.
The little skinny guy with the mullet, you know what they look like, the guanacheros?
Yeah.
They got the Sevens haircut, they call it. It's shaved on the sides and long in the back.
Yeah.
They wear big baseball hats and sunglasses. They're guanacheros. Those are the guys you gotta look out, the young guys. You gotta look out for them. But they hand it off, like you said, the bird in, what was it?
Bird dog method. Bird dog.
Yeah. They hand it off, and those people are sophisticated.
You ain't lying.
When the girls drug you, they take your cell phones, they take your passport, your iPad, they even clean out your refrigerator. Sometimes they'll even cook food while you're knocked out for 41 hours.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Because there's no accountability. We have their ID of the girl who took his phones. We have her photo and a police report. And he's been trying and trying in fluent Spanish, and they won't do anything. They won't do it. They think that because you dar papaya, you're playing with hookers, you deserve it. The general consensus of the I say the middle Colombian people, like the middle income and the upper class, is that if you come here looking to be with prostitutes, whatever happens to you is on you. And
Right.
they feel the same way about the girls.
Right.
Now, I have a friend of mine, older girl, like in her 40s, and she was talking to her boyfriend on the phone. They just took it right out of her hand. She can't fight. They're looking for weak people. They're looking
Right.
for somebody weak, somebody drunk,
Yeah.
somebody in the wrong place at the wrong time. And
Yeah.
it's very common in El Centro. A guy hugged my girlfriend and put a knife to her neck at the bus stop and said, "Give me your phone." And she gave it to him, and he walked away slowly. Because what are you going to do?
Right.
Do you know that you're going to call 911? It's 123, by the way.
That's what he's saying, guys. And no matter how big you are, there was a guy 6'3", 250 pounds of pure muscle, was in a taxi cab last year, tried to fight for his watch, ended up getting shot. Not stabbed, he got shot. Pure muscle, tattooed from his neck all the way down to his hands. And does not matter, bro.
It doesn't matter.
If they get you, give it up. It doesn't matter if that guy is 2 foot a midget. He has a pistol or a knife. Give it to him. And but if you can chance it, you know, like me, they had a couple of times to get me. I ran and yelled. As soon as I seen him, I ran and yelled. That was in Central for my camera.
Yeah. What they taught us in the military is you want to be a hard target. You don't want to be a soft. You don't want to give people a reason. Thieves and criminal organizations and hookers. You don't want to basically advertise to the world that you are a soft target, that you can easily be taken advantage of, and the easiest thing to do is to not take out your cell phone in public. And it's the easiest thing you can do.
Because now they know that every gringo has an iPhone. They sell the iPhones between 300, maybe 500,000 per phone. So they're making $50, $80. Most people my girlfriend made 38,000 pesos a day working in a sewing store in El Centro. So what is that, like $8? $8 a day. She made 150,000 pesos every 8 days. And she struggled. And one of the reasons I'm not with her is because I caught her going out on dates with gringos. She would put the videos up of them. If you have a girlfriend and she's putting up videos in elevators, hot tubs, balconies, and she's by herself, she's tricky. She's a trick asshole.
That's actually true. That's actually true. Yeah.
If she was a propago in the past, I don't think there's enough love and money you could ever give her to stop.
That's a good one, guys. Because, yeah.
And I tried to change her. I put her in school. I bought her braces, brackets.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I did an experiment.
Take a page out of Tupac's playbook. Tupac Shakur, rest in peace. You cannot turn a hoe into a housewife.
50 Cent says, beauty is her greatest asset. She's doing some hoe shit.
Now, you know what's interesting is that we all of us as humans, we all want to see what we want to see. And whenever I was in Colombia, I'm going to speak for myself. I had a girl that I was dating, barely started dating about a month in, and she was in a jacuzzi. And, you know, I was like, what are you doing? And I was in denial. Yeah, you know, she's out with other guys and she's on dates and she's making money and tricking, like you said, because none of these girls have that money to rent penthouses and be in jacuzzis on top of, you know, so.
They don't even have hot water. They
Yeah.
don't have hot water.
Yeah, so I think that's a good tip.
That's why they want to go in your tub. They don't have hot water, most of them, unless they have the suicide shower head. You know the suicide shower head, the electric one you see in the shower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would you recommend these guys to go if they're looking for a real girlfriend, Jersey? We heard from Frederick. Where would you go?
A lot of people say try to meet them in the malls. Go to Santa Fe Mall, go to Oviedo Mall, Rio Sur. The best way is if you make friends with like good Colombian people and introductions. Colombian girls don't normally pick up guys at bars and go home with them. If she's going home with you, she's going to drug you or it's for money. You know that, Alan.
Hell yeah.
You told me that. So dating sites are very risky. I met a girl. She was looking for mutual benefits, and she was beautiful blonde, and she came over, and she didn't have sex with me. She said, I have to go, and I was like, the next day I asked her, she goes, well, I was a little nervous. I want to get to know you. I go, but you said you're looking for mutual benefits. I thought you were a propago. Propago is a call girl. And she says, no, mutual benefits means like a healthy relationship where it's mature and we benefit each other.
That's
so
right.
I took her on a second date and, you know.
No, but that's golden. So what he's saying, there's two different types. So you got prepagos. The sex is the key. Sex, it's a transaction, which I don't really like at all. But being a sugar daddy, being in a mutual benefit relationship, this is totally different. This is just helping out, bro. You got an allowance, you know, $100 a week, $150 a week, and you can do whatever you want. It's a relationship where that's what it is. It is what it is.
You're in a relation. The problem is, how do you keep them loyal? Like, they had, at 8 o'clock, my cell phone died. Who's that picture? Whose balcony? That was my friend's boyfriend's balcony. Now, why are you wearing a miniskirt and heels if you went to a guaracha party by the pool? There's no dirt on you.
Yeah, bro, but who cares, you know? You know, you're going to have 2 or 3 different girlfriends, and, you know, that's my point of view. I don't really care. You know, let her make as much money as she wants.
I want to say something.
Go ahead, bro.
It's a game. You have to know the game. If the girl is really beautiful and attractive, she has lots of options. So if you are a guy and you really like her and you really want a genuine relationship with her, well, then you're going to have to put in a lot of work for her to be loyal to you, for her to be faithful to you, and there's no guarantee because she's constantly getting hit on. So, like Warren Buffett says, imagine, well, he doesn't say this, but I'm saying this, but to take a concept from him, the girl is like a castle, and you have to create a moat around her. So, what are you going to offer her? I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about you as a person. Are you making her laugh? Is there something unique as a guy that you bring to the table? Are you adding value to her life? Are you helping her, you know, start a little business? Are you really genuinely caring about her mom or her family? In her mind, she has to see you that you are something special. You're a special kind of guy. You're not like these other guys that just want to have sex with her and that's it. And that is a conclusion that the girl has to come up on her own. And 2, you hit on a golden tip. Meet Colombian local people and infiltrate their social circle and have them introduce you to a good quality vetted girl. Man, that is a golden tip.
But once again, guys, it comes down to what you really want. Stop bullshitting. Do you want to just smash? Are you looking for a relationship? That's going to have to be something you're going to have to be, you know, be real with yourself, bro. Nah, bro.
Let me tell you what a relationship feels like. You got a girlfriend. She's 23. You're 48. She's beautiful. She texts you every day. I love you. I miss you with all my heart. She takes a picture of her food, of her shoes. Every photo you send her, she's like, guapo, you're guapo. Send her a picture of your armpit. Oh, you're guapo, you're guapo. She never asks you about your family, your friends. You know, I can't wait to meet you. I love you with all my heart. I miss you. And that girl is being overwhelmed. Here's a trick. Go to her Facebook. You can't see her friends list, but click on her photo and open up comments. And when you look above, you'll see the little clicks of likes. It'll say 89 likes. And when you open that up, you'll see all the men that liked her photo. And if their names are like Dick Hammers, Harry Schlong, stuff like that, and they have like 200 mutual friends of you, because I have a lot of girls, they have 200, you know they're gringos, and all gringos send offers. There's way more gringos than you could ever imagine. There's tens of thousands hunting every day on Facebook. Every girl gets an offer all the time. Sometimes it's simple as like, hey, ¿cuánto cobra para 2 horas? How much for 2 hours? Or they send them pictures of money. And if the girl needs money, she'll go out. Some girls only go out when they need money. Others, they're doing sugar daddy scams. They're on Tinder. They're on Colombian Cupid. They're on Seeking Arrangement. They're on Facebook. They have a boyfriend in the barrio. Men is their business. When they turn 18, they go from being a skinny, dark girl living in a cinder block house to a superstar that goes to Cartagena, San Andreas, El Guatape. She has her choice of men. Yeah. And that's what my girl did before I met her. But she was faithful to me for a while. But when we got in an argument, I would see her post up videos of her in bathtubs, in balconies. And she'd say, "You're so insecure and jealous. That's my friend's house." You have to have GPS on these girls. You got to know where they are every minute of the day. Because if she was a working girl for a little time or part-time, in the United States, we don't say propago, prostitute, and puta. It's prostitute. It's only one word. And they believe there's multi-levels. Dating arrangement is something different. Dating sites is like, less dirty.
Yeah.
And my girl said that a propago is if you look it up and translate, it's a call girl. Where people call on her, everything filters into Messenger. Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, they all have her Facebook. And they have public videos on the bottom. It says storyline. And you'll see all the little, and I couldn't get her to take off the photos of her butt, her vagina with a smiley in front of it. I go, "You have no photos of cats, dogs, food, friends, and family. You have a permanent for sale sign on."
Yeah, bro.
I like my photos. I'm not taking them down. So this was a war with me and her.
Yeah,
It
bro.
caused me a lot of anxiety.
I don't know about that, Jersey. If she has her vagina up there, you need to let that one roll.
She was, let me tell you, she was the Colombian meow. You know how to say that? Meow?
Yeah, honey.
Colombian honey. Colombian honey. How do you say that?
That's right, Neil. That's right. You said it right.
They lay that on you thick. They ask you, how did you, como amanecieron? Like, how did you wake up? Did you eat yet? Did you have lunch? Oh, your car looks guapo. Oh, I miss you so much. I'm going out with my friends to see her grandmother tonight. Then you see her on Instant Messenger at 3 in the morning. I wasn't on Messenger at 3 in the morning. You told me you went to sleep at 12. I saw you on Messenger. Yeah. So you're constantly overlooking these things because you're in love. They put a spell on you. They're so good at loving you.
Well, that's the thing is that, he's talking about he fell in love, and that doesn't really matter if you're in the United States or America or Bali or wherever the fuck. It does not matter. Once you're in love, you're kind of blinders on, and it's hard,
I'm gonna give a controversial tip. If you want to take a chance on a woman, like say in Colombia, she's beautiful, you're really into her, it seems that she's really into you. I'm gonna give you a controversial tip. Take it however you want. Buy her a brand new phone, but this is what you do before. Okay, this is the setup. Say you buy a brand new iPhone, she's gonna love you for that, but then you install spyware on that MF'er.
Yeah.
Give it to her, and that's a test. Now you could say you're insecure, whatever, yeah, because in my opinion, if you are a guy and you're putting your love on the line, your feelings on the line, your emotions on the line, and you come with sincerity, and you really like her, and you really want this to work, well then, in my opinion, because of the environment and all these external factors, guys constantly bombarding her, you want to make sure that she proves her loyalty to you, and I don't see anything wrong with that. So,
you are a crazy bastard.
6 months, 6 months.
Yeah, you gotta do it, bro.
I think
You're gonna catch her. I don't care who it is, they lie.
Yeah.
Why do they lie so much, Alan? They lie about everything, like they have no integrity.
Guys.
Innocent drink with their sister, but they're at their grandmother's house.
But you cannot control anyone, bro. You cannot control anyone. Regardless, it's your girl, your boy, your best friend, your mom, your dad, your uncles.
Well, wouldn't you rather know the truth? That's my whole point. Instead of being broken.
Damn, that's a hard question. I guess you're right. It is controversial shit.
It's controversial. Like, I don't know about you, but I would rather know the truth instead of living a lie.
What happens, bro? Like, what happens? Okay, they get fucked by somebody else. But if they're with you, who cares? I mean, I don't even really care.
It bothers me is that men don't want to share their women. It's hurtful. I don't want to share her with anybody.
Correct.
And I gave her money, and when she got mad at me and we stopped talking, she went out, right? So she had regular clients. She had amiguitos. You know what an amiguito is? It's a fuck buddy. That they get you 2C, you go to the party, and you have sex with them. She had those, and a couple of regular clients. And she didn't care what I did. I even had sex with her and her friends together. So in her mind, that makes it okay.
That's an open relationship. It sounds like it's an open relationship.
For her, for her.
Yeah, but Jersey, you gotta be smashing something over there too, bro. Come on, I don't believe that.
Yeah, well, when she came and stayed with me, like for days, I was with her. A couple times I was only with her and her friends. But when we got in that argument, bro, I went to town, and people saw my old channel. It got banned because I did a live stream in Paris, and some girl was going like this.
Yeah.
And they banned me for life. Yeah, so, but, yeah, I have quite a stable, I got to admit. I decided just to go to the dark side.
That's, bro.
Here's what most of us do. I'm going to tell it from a different angle. Most guys that come to Colombia, they find a girl, and they become like a sugar daddy. They fall in love with this girl, and they're so good at giving you that love. They're so beautiful, they're so polite, they're obedient, they're conservative, and you fall for them hard, man. And when you're home, they're texting you, and it's a beautiful thing. They're beautiful relationships, but you find out that she was messing around. Sometimes it takes 5 years.
You were getting played.
I couldn't take it anymore. But she had no conscience. Like I have a daughter that's 24. She won't sleep with anybody till she's in a relationship. She's been with like 5 people. These Colombian girls, there's no barrier. Like if you take any girl out, it's the first night, if not the second. Any girl. And your dentist, the girl that works at the gym, the girl that works the carnival, and then Vagado. I have a friend, he picks them up everywhere. They're making 50,000 pesos a day, dude. Like $9 maximum. And you're going to offer them 300,000 pesos for a couple of hours. And these are girls that don't go seeking for gringos. But when they see that offer and they see that you smell and look good, they're going to get your number. You know, and I built a stable of girls. I have like 5 girls, and they just want to hang out with me. But I do give them money. I say, are you coming for money? They say, no, just pay my taxes. But when they come, I give them money. You know why? Because $100 to me is nothing. It's an hour's work. And for them, it could change their life.
Yeah.
You know, so I give them all money. They party with me. They stay with me. We go to the mall. I take them shopping. You know, and I'm okay with it, man.
Yeah.
You got to help your girl.
Yeah,
You got to go out there.
It sounds like you hit the nail on the head, and what you just created was an unspoken social contract of a win-win situation. Because they appreciate that you are giving them money because it's life-changing, and in return, you know, they want to be with you just because of who you are, because you're a genuine good dude, and it works out for both parties. It's a win-win.
Yeah, one guy here asked about how many people are coming to Medellin now as compared to years ago. It is overwhelming. The Passport Bro movement, which is generally African Americans, have exploded. They're everywhere. Groups of 5, 6 of them. They go into Laris Park Disco. There's a lot of big butt girls in there. That's where they go, and they stay at the Duke Park Hotel. And, you know, they don't they mind their own business. They're in their groups. But there's so many people. I climbed El Guatape 10 years ago. Yeah. It was me and my friend. Now, if you go there on a Saturday, you can take 2 steps and stop. You take 2 steps and stop. There's so many people climbing the rock. You know, because Medellin, I give it 10 more years, and they're going to have, like the Miss Universe pageant, maybe even the World Cup, or the Copa Mundial.
Yeah.
Like, it is, the people are so wonderful. They're so, like, polite and beautiful, but underneath, like, you remember Popeye was Pablo Escobar's assassin that went to jail? And he came out, and I was in a van with him. I went on the Pablo Escobar tour. And he said, Colombia's a beautiful place, but it's built on a graveyard. Like, death is like right around the corner. there's a sinister, evil group of people that sit around like me and you are right now, thinking of ways to rob people. The honeypot scheme. That's the one where they get a girl, go on Tinder, and get a gringo to take them out to dinner. Then they get their own taxi. They say, my friend has a taxi. That's what happened to Paul Nguyen, the Asian guy. They gave him something in the taxi and he died. And they got his credit cards and all his shit. But there was another scopolamine last week. There was a Chinese guy in the hospital, and he met a girl on Tinder and went to a bar, and she said, let's go back to your room and have some vodka. He drank a half a glass. He was out for 40 hours. They took everything. They took his drone equipment. He made an insurance claim of like $20,000 worth of stuff.
Yeah.
Like every week, people are getting scoped. Lorella's too now. Lorella's people are getting scoped. The bartenders are scoping people. It's in a little eyedropper like Visine, and they just put a few drops in like that. It's in their purse, and they go beep beep, and you can't catch them. And sometimes you overdose. I know many, many people who've had it done. I manage a group on Facebook. I'm one of the moderators. It's called the Medellin Hall of Shame. It's a private group. We have 1,700 foreigners, and they post all the photos of the girls and the stories of everyone who's been drugged. We were involved in the Paul Nguyen case. I put out pictures of the girl to my 700 Facebook girls, and 2 girls came back with photos of her, and I sent them to Paul's friend, his roommate that was there when he died, and he forwarded it to a detective. So it helped with the investigation. And they found the girl, they arrested her and the 2 men, and they're going to get time for it. Because it was an international incident picked up by Vice News, Yahoo, and ABC. But most of them don't even get reported.
Right.
You know, but there's ways to do it safe.
You hit the nail on the head again. I would say that this is just a wild guess. I would say that for every one scopolamine incident that actually gets reported to police, there's 100 that did not. Why? Because of shame, because maybe the guy's married and he had no business being with girls anyway, and you don't want that information to get out. 100 other reasons. I would say that for every one case that gets reported, 100 of them are not. So the numbers are actually even higher. So, you know, it's a real rampant problem, and guys need to be super careful and have a protocol in place. I think Alan, when he would go out, I told him, hey, send me your live GPS location, and I will be your accountability partner.
That's what I do.
Know if you're okay.
You got to have a wingman. Somebody's got to have your back.
For sure.
Yeah, but how many people are actually going to Medellin and actually following these rules, man? They get down there, they turn up, they let loose, get drunk, they, pop. They can go to, you can get anything you want. You can get cocaine on the street if you want. You know that. They go there, they got everything. Yeah, and so once they let loose, that's when everything gets loose and gets sloppy.
See, that's what happens. Like, that's what happened to my friend Marvin. Marvin got separated from his wife, and he spoke to me on TikTok, and I guided him in, and I became friends with him. But he stopped drinking, doing drugs, and when he went there, he just let go. And he got drunk, he was on coke, he was banging girls for money, and he dropped his guard. I walked him through the streets, I showed him the Indian dancers, the watch scammers, the bracelet guys, the promoters, the young prostitutes, the Venezuelans. I explained to him everything, what clubs to go in, what not to. I took him around Provenza. I showed him everything, and I thought he was good. And I said, if you get a girl in your room, Chica-proof your room. And he didn't listen to me. And he had his phones up on the shelf, and he said in 8 minutes she took both of his phones, and we know who she is.
They don't care,
and we're never going to find her.
Yeah.
How do you avoid that?
I gotta log off here.
Most people come.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead, Frederick.
I was just gonna say, this has been awesome. I gotta log off. Maybe we should have another episode real soon.
Sounds
I
good,
have
bro.
a lot of information. I can tell you so many things to keep safe. I've been in 12 Airbnbs, many hotels. I've met many girls, 50 of them maybe. I've paid them. Some were free. Another way is, if you meet a girl that's a good girl, ask her if she has friends. It's the best way because they're held accountable. Say, do you have any friends for my friend? And everybody wants to date a gringo because they can go places they're never going to go because they're never going to drive a car. They're never going to have a passport. They may never even have hot water. And these girls are beautiful and sweet. And it's such a shame because if they came here, they would be a success. You know, but they have no opportunities there. It is total desperation. For 5,000 pesos, somebody will follow you. You got to wait out the restaurant while you're eating. I'll give you a tip when I get out. And he'll stand there for 45 minutes, and you come out and give him $1, and he thanks you. He does the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. I mean, but it's overwhelmed with the weekenders now, and they don't like it. They changed the entire park. They put a cage around it, and they have a police entrance. So when the girls come in, and they can go to the clubs, but they can't post up. You know, they just post up in the street. So now they're on Calle 10. If you look on my YouTube channel, JerseyBro.passport1, you will see the videos I put on there of the girls walking up and down the street.
Yeah.
And the video did 176,000 views in 2 weeks.
Oh,
That's
wow.
crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but there's a lot to know. You can go there by yourself, not know any Spanish, and know nothing, and probably nothing bad will happen to you. It's highly likely, but I don't know. You gotta have street smarts, bro. Like in any city, your phone is in your front pocket. You have money down your pants, and you have a little bit of money in your front pocket. You have no jewelry, no AirPods. I have a Colombian cell phone. If they get my iPhone, I have banking apps on there. I have Robinhood. You know, I have a lot of stuff. And I know all the passwords, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
If you want to change your password, they want to verify it on the phone. And the guy's holding it, you know? They're looking for, imagine you're in Africa. You always see how the lions are chasing the buffalo. They always get the little one, the young one, or the old guy that's limping. You know, they never get the strong bull, or if there's 3 bulls. It's the same way there. They're constantly on the hunt. The girls have the scopolamine. The guys are ready to rob, but they're just waiting for an opportunity. They're way smarter than us. They're outsmart us every minute. And you just have to know that. A beautiful 19-year-old girl with long black hair and tattoos and big eyelashes, and she's so sweet and leans up on you and hugs you, that girl will fucking kill you for $100. You know, you never know who's a bad girl
That's true,
and who
man.
isn't. And you have to have a doorman that takes their ID, that takes a picture of her. I have an Airbnb. I love it. It's way up past Provenza on a dead end, walking distance, but it's a dead end. There's no street people. They let me bring 3 people up in my apartment. They check their IDs. They take a photo. I throw in 50,000 pesos once in a while. That's what they make for the graveyard shift. Your security guard makes $10 for working from like 8 at night until 6 in the morning. $10. That's what he makes.
Damn.
And if you give him a tip, he's going to watch out. You tell him, do not let the girl leave without me. That means I'm knocked out and drugged out.
That's
do
a
not
great
let the girl leave without me.
Great
Because
tip.
you don't know.
Great tip right there.
Yeah, don't you tell him that. If you put it on your translator, turn it around and hold it in his face, and give him 20,000 pesos.
You know, Frederick, do you wanna close this out? We all have to get back to work, but Frederick, close us out with one secret or summary. And I know you got us a book, so you got to just publish the book. So I put that in the comments. But close out for us, Frederick. Give us one comment there, and then Jersey will close out and say something. I'll say something.
The best investment you can make is in yourself. Okay? We'll leave with that. And we've been dropping nothing but gold.
Yeah, we really
on this,
have.
almost 2 hours here. Okay?
How about you, Jersey? You want to close out with something, a couple of sentences there?
Yeah, Medellin is like no place on earth. If you can go there and learn how to be safe, I go every month. I've been there 12 times this year. I'm going on the 4th of July. I've established a good group of male friends and female friends. I can't do that here in New Jersey. We're just not friendly, but people want to move there. The gringos are coming, and it's going to explode. So go now while you have a chance. If you have some questions, you can go to Ask Alan or go to my TikTok channel, but it's a generally safe place. You just got to play by the rules.
That's right. I'll close out with that too. We appreciate Jersey coming in here, man. Hopefully have him on the show again. Frederick, stay safe when you're in Colombia, and just watch your back. You know, don't get sloppy drunk. Watch your drink, and you'll have a great time. And we love Colombia. We've been there. I was there for 5 years. Frederick's there, still there 4 years, and Jersey still keeps going. So don't ever think that we're saying anything bad. We're really just giving you the insights of what could happen. It's a good possibility. So we'll close out. Hit the like button, and we'll see you on the next video. I'll talk to y'all guys soon. God bless.
All right.
See y'all later, man.